Hey everybody, here are some photos of what I looked like going into 2019. Hi Steinbeck. Oh, hi Pupper. You want some attention? So this video is going to be about how I lost 105 pounds in 1 year and some of the things that I did and how it's sort of, well, definitely changed my life. So what you just saw was me a little bit more than a year ago. Here I am today. So as you can see, a fairly significant difference between the beginning of 2019 and now here we are early in 2020. So before I talk about what I did, how I lost the weight, I want to first say I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm a writer and a photographer. And any advice you take from a C-list YouTuber about how to lose weight that results in something bad happening to you, well, you've probably earned that happening to you. If you want to lose weight, talk to a doctor, talk to a nutritionist, and get their advice on what will work best for you and your specific health and nutritional needs. Now, all that said, of course, I did that. And for me, the biggest thing was when one of my brothers said, calories in versus calories out. He said, you're going to lose weight if you burn more calories than you ingest every day. And that was my light bulb moment. And so I downloaded a calorie tracking app, and I downloaded a walking app that tracked my paths and then synced that to the calorie tracking app, so that I could track every single calorie that I ate and how much I was exercising every day. And then I also had a pedometer to make up the differences for just kind of walking around to and from work, things like that. I set a pretty assertive goal for myself of losing 2 pounds a week, set the calorie budget at that, and stuck to it. And there were times I would go over. I wasn't batting 1,000 in terms of staying under my calorie budget. And that's okay, you don't necessarily need to or want to. Because if you starve your body all the time, then it's going to start reacting like it's being starved. So there was usually 1 or 2 days a week when I would go over budget for calories. And then it was a matter of being active. And if you've seen any of my photos from the last year throughout different videos, maybe those haven't been put live yet. I don't know. Anyway, I would take cameras out on big hikes up into the hills and a lot of 4x5 cameras. So I'd be carrying a lot of weight as I would do these long hikes that were 6 to 14 miles long. But that wasn't really where I was losing the weight. Whereas losing the weight was in daily activity. Walking to and from work is a big one. Taking a walk at lunch instead of eating, it was a huge one. That lunchtime walk would swing my daily calorie intake substantially. And the reason is because if you have 500 calories, right, for breakfast, and then you have 500 for lunch, to pick a random number. But then you go on a walk instead of eating those 500 calories and you burn 300, well, you've swung your calorie budget 800 calories every day. 5 days a week. That's 4,000 calories a week. It just became a numbers game like that. How do I swing the calorie budget in my favor? So instead of having a lunch, I'd have a couple of pretzels or little Snyder's of Hanover pretzels that the office has, things like that. A little snack so that I wouldn't be really, really hungry. And for me, increasing my activity and decreasing my food intake really helped. Some things I did to keep myself from getting hungry by decreasing my food intake were I would eat low calorie density foods. And what I mean by that are foods that are bulky and low in calories, like broccoli, which is 30 calories a cup. Cauliflower was another one. I taught myself to like cauliflower. Asparagus, lots of veggies. Reintroduced steak into my diet, which I hadn't had realistically in any quantity in 8 or 9 years. Because you can have 4 ounces of steak, it's like 280 calories, give or take, in that range, depending on the cut of meat. And that's a lot to keep me full all night to breakfast. So So I started looking at my diet and how I could work with different foods to keep myself from being hungry, and how I could just be more active and just walk more. And those were really the big things that I did. Eat less, walk more. Who'd have thunk eating right and exercise would do it? No one's ever said that before. At any rate, so has definitely changed my life. Like not carrying around 100 pounds. At the beginning of 2019, my pants waist was a tight 46. And now, today, it's a loose 34. So that's like a 14-inch shift right there. My shirt size went from a XXX down to a large. XXX tall, because when you're fat, you have to wear tall clothes because you've got that extra mass around your gut, typically for guys. So you need that extra fabric length to get down to where it should be, to where a shirt can be tucked in. Well, when you don't have that, I don't wear a tall anymore. That was a shock to me. Talls come down well into my thighs, and they just don't work. But being able to wear like normal size clothes has been huge. Expensive, don't get me wrong, because I had to buy new clothes all through 2019, but it's been nice. So September 2019, I went to go pick up some new clothes because I had hit a new point where the clothes I had were just too baggy. And I'm over at the mall, and I'm walking with some clothes to go to the fitting room, and I walk up and I bump into this guy, or almost bump into this guy, and looked kind of familiar, didn't really recognize him, and I said, "Oh no, by all means." And when I did that, I realized he did the exact same thing because it was a mirror, and I didn't recognize myself in it. I had lost so much weight at that point in 2019 when I was down 75 pounds. That even though I saw myself in the mirror every morning at home, the context of that was different, and I didn't recognize myself out in public in just a random mirror. So that was something else, to say the least. Hiking is a whole lot easier. My feet hurt a whole lot less after a long day of walking. My shoes are more comfortable, things like that. Just all around. If losing weight is something that you want to do, go for it. I strongly recommend it. You're going to feel a whole lot better for it. But before you do it, talk to a doctor, talk to a nutritionist, come up with a plan that you can stick to, and then stick to it. And I wish you the best of success in trying to do that, and hope that if that's something you're aspiring to do, that you find something that works very well for you. And of course, if you have any questions about how I've done this over the last year or so, how hard it's been to maintain it, if this is many years in the future, if you want to see if I have managed to maintain the weight loss, by all means, drop me a comment, ask me a question. I'm more than happy to talk about this and give you pointers about what I did, reminding you, of course, that I am not a doctor or a nutritionist. I'm a random C-list YouTuber whose advice you should not listen to. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos. All right, well, thank you for watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that I'm on the right track making content which is useful and helpful. Hey, no. I actually had a good take going there, pupper. I had a good take, and then you had to start chopping on your junk. Why did you have to do that? Don't do that when I have a good take.